Okay, so today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is one of the paintings that I did on a drawing tablet a couple of years ago. So it was one of the first paintings I did digitally, and as you can see it's the Infinity Gauntlet. So I'm going to try and replicate this in Vermillion as best I can and see how the results turn out. So let's get cracking. So I think I started out with like a greeny colour as the background. And what I tried to do was encompass a lot of the colours from the Infinity Stones themselves, with some artistic freedom, as it were. So we've got all green, and then we came across with some yellow, I believe. So in the interest of speed, I'm just going to blob this here and everywhere. Just make sure we've got enough to put a proper blend on. Okay, so now let's flood that out a little bit. Probably need a bit more yellow. Maybe try and use a palette knife. Good for scooping up lots of different, lots of paint at once. It's also good for mixing. So now let's give that a good mix and a good blast out. Again, I don't think there's enough yellow on there. Let's give that a blend anyway. We want a lot more yellow. You can see there's loads of yellow on there. There's even hints of blue on the outer edges. There we go. That's looking a bit better. Looking a bit more like it. So I'm going to put that blue up here, and then also think of some reddy pink down here. Again, let's get that all blended up. You can see a little bit more red in this top right hand corner. Let's stick some down here just for argument's sake. It's my painting and do with it whatever I want, and you can too. Just give it a good blend, a good mix. You don't want any plain solid colours anywhere. There we go. Right, now we've got some orange, which is quite prominent, so again we're going to go in with a palette knife, give it a clean. So the orange is here, there and everywhere. In fact, it takes up a lot of the space for the gauntlet itself. So as you can see, I'm just making random bursts here and there, and then we come in with the blender brush and we just mix it all around. Don't have to be particularly neat with this phase, because the effect I'm going for is just a mix of colours. It's looking fairly similar. Why not go in with a few blobs of red, which will mix with the yellow and orange anyway, and give us what we want. There you go. It's looking a lot more colourful. My arm's cramping a little bit. Okay, so now for this next part, I'm going to want to move to another layer. So we're going to move to layer 2. And I'm going to try and compose the gauntlet itself using black ink, paint even. So it comes down and along, likewise comes down again, and then it goes up from here and forms the thumb, and then up from about here we're going to form our fingers. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now, it's not looking too good at the minute, but trust me and give me time. These need to come down a bit, and make sure we get our shading in there. and I was just going for like a comic style on the shading, so just emphasize some of this area. And then we want our knuckle lines here. That needs to come out a bit. I also had this come out and then go up and along. Okay, so now we move to the colour of the Infinity Stones. First one is yellow, and that goes here. Purpley pink. And then more of this purpley colour here. Slightly different shade. And then green in the middle. Okay, now what I am going to do is I'm going to give them a bit of white inside just to indicate glowing. And the same with this one. Okay, I'm just going to make it a bit bigger so I can go around these with the black. Just do the best you can to match that round, give it a bit of shadow, match the style of the rest of the painting. Okay, shrink that back down, bring it back up. Right, so next bits we added some white. And I'm going to just add a little bit more to what was originally on that painting, just because I want to. Okay. Go. Add a little bit more contrast to this. A few more black areas in. Like I said, just add contrast. Okay. That brush away, move this back up. The next step that I did was reflections, the streams of light. So again, I'm going to move on to another layer. I'm going to make, with the fan brush, maybe I want to use some paint thinner on there as well. And they're the wrong, there we go. And now we use the blend tool, just make that a bit lighter. And there we go. So there we go. Look very similar, not exactly the same. But I didn't want to make it entirely the same. I was just seeing if I could paint it in Vermillion. So there we go, the Infinity Gauntlet painted in Vermillion. Thanks for watching.